What is up, guys? Welcome back to Call Me Old Fashioned, where we talk everything bourbon, whiskey, and of course, old fashioned. Today, we're not doing any of that. We're going to actually make some margaritas. Now, this isn't necessarily for me. I'm going to drink some. We're going to have a good time. We're going to go to the pool here in a couple minutes and, do a little grill day, hang out with the kid, go to the pool, dabble a little bit. Pool day, little burgers, kind of sounds like we need some margaritas, right? That's what the wife said, at least. I could have been fine with just an old fashioned, but she wanted spicy margs today. So what we're working with is going to be this new limited edition high proof tequila. This is coming in at 108 proof. Lalo's, if anybody's ever had it, let me know in the chat. But I hear good things about this. When it comes to tequila, I don't know everything and anything, so don't quote me on none of that. But for the most part, this is apparently some good ones. It says our limited edition high proof highlights the taste of aroma of a rich cooked agave straight from our brick ovens. The nose is herbaceous with spice and floral notes and a little peppery finish. I mean, sell me on some tequila, why don't you? That and the bottle looks sick, right? This is something you can keep on the shelf and it looks good. That's half the battle with me. But they do have like a normal proof version, right? It doesn't in the liquor store necessarily. They have an 80 proofer and then they have this 108 proofer. So for me, that's enough, right? So let's give it a little taste test. I got some cups in here. We're not fully prepared, but we're prepared. Let's give it a little taste, and then I'm gonna make a little margarita for the boys. I'm just saying. ABC says Lalo is better than Lalo, like as Better Call Saul. I don't know. I'm not a big tequila guy, so like nobody beat me up in the chat, but wait, hold on. I mean, good nose, very herbaceous, just kind of like the label said. But let's give it a little taste. Let's see if it's the big part that sold me on this was approve, right? Because I felt like maybe it would have a little bit more to it than just standard tequila. That's good. It still has that like tequila feel. It's tequila, obviously, but like what I mean is like the parts that I don't care for tequila is still there, but little sip, I already know that's probably one of my favorite tequilas right there. It does have a lot more working with it as far as flavor notes go. It just kind of like blends really well on your palate. It does have a little spice to it, right? On the back end has a little kick, but I think that will pair well with a little spicy margarita. So again, this is lime, but if you're watching it later, we don't typically do tequila. We usually do bourbon, whiskey, old fashions, different whiskey cocktails. But we're branching out today, right? The wife called and said, hey, I need some spicy margs. So other things that we got for this is going to be this Trees Agave Spicy Jalapeno Margarita Mix, a little organic, right? It's real lime, real agave, real easy is what it says. But we got that. And of course, you got to have the fresh cut jalapenos with any kind of cocktail. You need to go fresh for your garnishes. Now, one thing I do weird with my spicy margaritas is going to be I want a sugar rim still. I'm not big on the salt rims. I prefer a salt rim when it comes to like just a standard tequila because I don't know, that's just what I do. So just to make it a little easier on me. Oh, I just kind of messed that all up. Give a little spin action. That was horrible. I have the wrong bowls, but the bowls are in the dishwasher from the last one. So we're working with what we got. A little sugar rim action. Let's crack open this little spicy mix. Kind of looks like an overweight Bardstown bottle. It kind of does. Like a little shrunken down, fatter version. I like it. I like the look of the bottle. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of the look of this one. It's I don't know, it just fits right, you know? It just feels like it fits the room vibe, and that's half the battle here. At least with me. I'm a sucker for a good bottle. I'm glad that the juice inside, though, at least, you know, it's definitely worth it as far as like from a flavor standpoint. Let me grab this little thing here. All right. Let's see. It says no high fructose corn syrup. Spicy jalapeno mix. It wants 2 ounces of the vodka, Jesus. It's been a long day already. 2 ounces of the margarita to 4 ounces of the mix. So let's go ahead and do that then. Let's start with the spicy mix. Always start with your cheaper stuff first. But anyway, in the chat, let me know. It's obviously more of a bourbon and whiskey channel, but do you guys get down a little margaritas? Is Taco Tuesday hitting you with the margs, or am I just out of touch here? And if not, drop a little like for the boys. What are we doing? All right. I told the wife, I was like, I don't know if you can drink this because she slams her margaritas, right? A higher proof, she's not prepared for anything like that. But you never know. Here we go. Lalo's. I'm probably butchering that name, but that's what I would picture it pronouncing like. Margaritas are much better than whiskey? No shot. I'm not gonna agree with you on that. I mean, there's a time and place for a margarita, but like that's just not my vibe. I like a good whiskey. I like a pour, an old fashioned. Maybe I dabble in with this and make it like a margarita, not a margarita, a tequila old fashioned. You know, I'm down to explore, but you know, I'm not gonna. Nobody's gonna get me away from my base at this point. Do I not have a spoon in here? What are we doing? Is this even like a drinking channel? What's happening? What's happening? All right. Anyways, so there you have it. There's a little spicy marg. We got to garnish her up, right? For my garnishers, I don't care. I just kind of toss them in, right? So let's throw like let's go 2, right? I got like a Dixie cup here, so like I can't be expecting too fancy. Name one whiskey that's better than a margarita. You can't do it. All of my Redwood Empires, Woodford's double oak. I'll take the Stag, the 13th Colony double oak, Russell's 15. I mean, I could go all day. I don't care for tequila though. Like again, I'm not knocking anybody that likes tequila. If that's your thing, hey, I can already tell you like this one is by far my favorite. Now I've not explored near as many tequilas as I have whiskeys, but this one had a good flavor. Everybody hates when you use the word smooth, but some tequilas are a little too harsh, right? It kind of just punches you, right? Maybe it's the chemicals and it's not 100% agave. This is obviously 100% agave, no additives. So that's why I gravitated towards this one. Day says all, literally all. Yeah, see? Any of them. Any of them besides Caribou Crossing. All right, let's give this a little taste test. Let's see what it's working with. It's not as spicy as I thought it was going to be. That's good though. Let me call the wife in here. She's gotta try this. That tequila in there is really good though. I don't know why I was expecting it to like knock my socks off with like the heat. Because like somebody in there was like, "You sure? Like that's spicy?" I'm like, "Yeah. I love spicy. Spicy's my jam." Get you a little sip. You don't have to. It's fine. Just let them know. Yeah, you gotta. You don't like it?
It's super strong. It's good.
Oh, you can tell the difference in the strength?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she's saying it's super strong because of the proof, but I don't know. That's kind of light to me. I thought I might need to add more. Yeah, whatever. Good. So like a normal person would like this. I think it's light. Did you think it was spicy or
Definitely spicy.
okay? Maybe I'm just fucking.
No, you really like spice, but that's perfect.
Liz says it's got a good spice level, but she says it is very spicy and it's very strong from an alcohol standpoint. Me, I'm a little bit used to the proof, so 108 is kind of like my base. And the spice, I drink uh, ghost pepper sauce on everything, so you're good. I just wanted you to try it. That's all. What are we? We're doing a little margarita on Sunday for the boys. That's good. That's good. I think if anybody was into margaritas, this is a good little combo. Um, I don't know if this is like the best of the best or anything like that, but it's decent. I think it was like $10 too. So ABC says all margaritas are better. This guy gets it. No, 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 no. Have you had any ABCD? Have you had like a good amount of different whiskeys? Like, have you explored? Have you dabbled? Where in the hell is all the OGs though? I'll tell you that. Like my little base here is what are they still sleeping? I'm gonna basically stay live until the kid wakes up. Hang out with you guys for a little bit. But when the kid wakes up, we're going to the pool. We're gonna grill some burgers, have some margs. I'm a big fan of that. This is really good. It's refreshing. Like from a non-whiskey standpoint, like I don't know how to do notes on tequila. I promise you that. But like that's light, refreshing. Still's got that kick of alcohol that you kind of look for. But honestly, it's a little bit more sweeter than I thought. I don't know. That's money. Let me. No, these are still hot. North Floor says nap time at our house. That pepper was actually really hot. He's like, I've dabbled. It sucks. Well, I'm sorry. At least you've tried it. That's a big thing. Like again, for anybody drinking any kind of alcohol, drink what you like, right? You ain't gotta, only drink bourbon, only drink whiskey. Me, that's just mainly what I like. But if I were to have a second, I haven't found many rums that I like, but there's a couple tequilas that I'll be okay with. I think that's more or less because the wife drinks margaritas, or something tequila related. So I kind of be like, all right, that's if I was gonna put some money into it, she could at least get down on that bottle with me. So this is this would be a good secondary drink. My issue with tequilas and any other kind of alcohol other than whiskey and bourbon is you usually are mixing it with something, and usually that something is sweet, right? Whether if it's margarita mix or just like whatever Kool-Aid, and I don't care for sugary drinks like that. Bourbon and whiskey itself is sugary, but it's at least enough where it's nice and sweet, but not overly like where I'm gonna feel like I'm getting a hangover from it. Kind of same thing with this right now. It doesn't feel overly sweet. Maybe that's because this is like the organic version. I'm not 100% sure on that. No, it says like 20 grams of sugar. That's got sugar in it. But North Florida, welcome to stream. Nap time. I could go for a good little nap though, but I can't. Nap time's almost over here. The kid's down. He's gonna be waking up in about 30-ish minutes. Then we're hitting the pool. Can you like squeeze juice out of a jalapeno? No, no, not without poking my eye out here. Anyways, what else have you guys had? Lalos? Nobody's answered that. Like I'm curious of what you guys think. Like, is this decent? And who's had the high proof? I haven't found the high proof, but more than at one or two different stores. And they actually had like 6 over at Shores Liquor in St. Augustine off of 210. They also had a Thomas Handy, by the way, for $600. The BTEC lineup for Buffalo Trace. If I didn't think the wife would absolutely kill me for spending $600 on a bottle, I would have got it. But I didn't. Dave says, if the alcohol can't stand up by itself and needs a mixer, then it's not good alcohol. Agreed. That's why I don't like a lot of the other stuff. This one, I will say, I have not had many tequilas where I'm like, I could drink that. There's no vodkas that I could say I could drink that. There's rums that I'm like okay with, but it's just not my vibe. This, I could drink this. I could drink that straight up. Now I probably wouldn't have many because it doesn't fit exactly with what I want. I want a good little bourbon, little Woodford's Double Oak or something, but that's a good second option, right? If you didn't have whiskey or bourbon. Overseer says we have both of ours asleep for a few minutes. I have 3 bottles of tequila we don't ever drink. There's one good side. I still buy some tequilas, some vodkas, and that's for the wife, right? That's all on this side of the camera. I got the 818 tequila, the Blanco. I have the 3 olives, like fruity for vodka. I got the hot ones vodka, the habanero. It's okay. It's not that good. I think I drank it on the stream. I have a couple brandies. I got a couple other things that the wife kind of makes different cocktails with. Northwest says Casamigos, Ocho. They all right. I haven't dove too far into tequilas. That's not really my forte. I don't want to claim that it is. But I've sipped a couple of the wipes, and none of them have been like that good. They've all been just like, mix that with something. This one, probably the first time, and maybe I'm turning it into a little bit of a proof war. But the 108 proof on this, because it's that limited edition version, I think that's what's doing it for me. So it's a little sexy looking bottle, right? But at the end of the day, it's high proof on it. Maybe what's selling me here. Oh no, my computer's dying. I don't have my charger. But anyways. So there you have it. That's mainly it. If you guys have questions, anything like that, feel free to fire away. I'm working on some stuff for the bourbon portion. Not today. That would be like in the next 2 weeks kind of thing. But while I have you guys here, for all the dads in the chat, right? If you don't know, now you know. If you know, you know. On the side of the hat, actually this side, Dad Gang did release some new hats. As you can see here, I got the camo one for the summer. Got a little orange underbill. Also, the shirts. This shirt is crispy. They're pre-shrunk. They're clean. They're nice and thick. It's got the D on the front for the dad. And then, of course, on the back, it has the logo, Dad Gang. So the link is in the description for those. If you guys want to go run over to Dad Gang, get a shirt or a hat, they're 15% off with the code in the description. The quality stuff. Even though that is an affiliate link, I have more. I don't think you'll ever see me not in a Dad Gang hat, so I don't think you have to worry about that. They're literally all I wear. I did get a new baby blue one too, but we'll show that on Friday, on our normal live stream. But this one's clean. This is a nice little fit we have going on here. But ABCD said whiskey can't stand up by itself either. With all your old fashions and whiskey sours, shame, really. I make an old fashioned maybe like once a week. I mostly drink it straight. Whiskey sours really aren't my thing either. I'll drink those. They're not bad. But again, kind of like the same thing as margaritas. They're just kind of sweet. But I drink mine and normally in like a Glencairn, I just drink whiskey and bourbon straight up. Just like to get tasting notes and stuff like that. No, when I'm off stream, I'll probably throw it in a rocks glass or a Glen if I have one clean. I'll make different cocktails to do different things just because I'm more experimenting, just seeing what I like, what I don't like. Um, an old fashioned though is a little simple. I get it's still a cocktail. Don't get me wrong. I like them because it's as little done to the drink as possible. Right, you get a little bit of bitters, a couple drops, a little bit of simple syrup, a cherry, but that's just fun, right? And then you can smoke it, right? Have a little smoked aspect to it, but for the most part, it's just an elevated way to take like a larger shot, right? Where I'm gonna use a margarita for example. You're putting like lime juice, agave syrup, jalapeno, sugar. You're putting all types of stuff in it just to like spice it up. Um, that's where like that's an actual like mixed drink where old fashioned to me is more of like a classic cocktail where it has a couple things. It's still a mixed drink at the end of the day, but it's less done to it. That's why I like them. Like I like a whiskey ginger, I would drink that, but I know that's just like slamming soda on top of whiskey. Dave says I drink 95% of my whiskey neat. I agree with that. 95% of the whiskey, most of the time for me, I'm drinking it neat. I'm gonna have a nice little sip, and then I spice it up, because I like to switch things up. I'll make a cocktail of some kind. ABCD says I'm playing guy. Whiskey's fine. I know, and even if it wasn't, it'd still be okay. I love when people come in and talk a little bit of smack, but I'm just having more or less a conversation, right? You say something, sparks inspiration, and then I talk on it. Friday streams are similar. Normally we start with a little bit of a, what do you want to call it? More professional, some type of review or a blind or something like that. And then we hang out and just talk whiskey, talk bourbon, talk anything really. Sports, dad gang stuff, story time. We do weird shit on this channel. But I like to have fun around cocktails, whiskey, alcohol, spirits, whatever you want to name it. I feel like I'm like powering down a little marg before we go to the pool. I might need to slow her down a little bit. But it's good. I liked it when I took a little bite of the jalapeno though. Raph says, guess who's back? Back again. Damn it, bro. Every time you do that, it gets stuck in my head. I know. It's a weird stream for you to pop in too, because we're doing margaritas. Right? Let's get a little tune going for a minute. And we'll probably end it here soon just because. There we go. We got some plans for today, but a little margarita. I told you guys I wanted to spice it up. I want to kind of branch into a couple different things as well, whether it's tequila. If you guys really have hopefully nobody ever recommends a vodka to me, but like I'm always down to try new things. Raph says I'm Mexican, so it's perfect timing. Hey, Raph, have you had this one? I think you said in the last stream, right? Have you had Lalo's? Limited edition, high proof, 108 proof. Have you had this? Or have you had this? Because this is, I don't know if it's good or if it's pretty av. I like it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just don't know if like, I feel like I'm like I should be watching tequila channels, being like, what mixture should I get? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. What should I throw in my margarita? A little jalapenos? Anyways, I kind of want one little, where'd I put that cup? One little sip of it, again, straight, just to, now that the palate's kind of acclimated. Raph says not that one, but I've had Lalo's, had the Lalo's brand. Isn't it the distiller, the son of the maker of Don Julio or something like that? To be honest, I have no idea. I'd love to tell you I've done my research. As far as research that I've done on this one is I wanted two things. Well, technically I wanted three things because I'm a bougie bitch. Um, One, I wanted it to be 100% agave, right? Not just saying that. I wanted it to be no additives, right? I want anything just kind of like blended in with it. I want straight tequila. I don't want none of the bullshit. Personally, one of the things I was looking for is I wanted one a little bit higher proof because I wanted something that could maybe kind of get me into it a little bit more because the 80 proof stuff doesn't get me excited. So that's why I was looking for those three things. That's all as far as I went. Now that I like it, maybe I'll make like a full proper review on it later. But there's no way I was going to do a full review on something I didn't know if I would even like. But it's got a decent nose, earthy. It's hard for me to pull tasting notes out of tequila, to be honest. But I can tell that agave. It kind of smells a little smoky to me. Maybe I'm crazy, but it smells like a sweet and smoky style thing. Not like oak. Not like oak. It just has like a little hint of like, hey, we're here. Tuxedo in the cat. Or tuxedo in the cat. Tuxedo in the chat says sorry. I was packing for a work trip. Hey, work trips are fun. He says vacation. Hopefully you have fun. Where is it? Where are you going? Are you coming to Florida? For 108 proof, it doesn't drink like 108. I'll tell you that. Like normally, like 108 proof whiskey, you kind of get a little singe, right? A little warm hug on the back of the throat. You don't get that on this. That's why I feel like this is a little bit more dangerous than normal tequila because it drinks. I would say it drinks higher than 80, right? But like if we were comparing it to like whiskey style, like this is nothing. Like burn wise, from what most people would categorize that. Yeah, I don't know. I like it. Well, I'm okay with it. It's not my favorite, but I'm here for it. Ralph says, yeah, so I guess it's the grandson of Don Julio himself that makes halalos. My brother is more of a Tila guy than I am, but it's good. You know, again, kind of like I stated earlier, I just wanted to kind of dabble into something a little different just for fun. The wife um, drinks margaritas all the time. She drinks tequila. That's kind of her go to. So I wanted to get her something a little bit more unique, right? Kind of get her in the mindset of like what I do kind of every day or every week. So this is a cool way. That and the bottle looks cool in the room. That's why I got that. But she's more of a margarita tequila person. We're making margs because we're about to go to the pool, hang out with the kid when he gets up from his nap, grill out. ABCD says Don Julio, the drug kingpin. Dun dun dun. Tuck's going to Washington. You know, we've been watching. This is stupid as shit. The wife watches like Love Is Blind, so I kind of watch it from time to time. And they're in Washington. And I'm like, bro, Washington looks sick. Like, I'd love to go and visit. Wait, really? What? To which part? I think you might be a little bit more behind me, so I don't know which one you're talking about. Nothing like a little bite of jalapeno to fire up your palate. I love spicy stuff, but I will say the margarita, if they had just a little bit more spice, maybe I need to like crush up some juice of jalapeno or something. Yeah, it does say Gonzala on it. Eduardo Lalo Gonzala. I'm not pronouncing any of that right, but you get what I'm saying. They're all spinning around. Eduardo Lalo. Might have confused him with someone I know. That means someone else. Hey, we'll have fun. You tell them if you miss the stream, though. Tuck says, hook us up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it. We're done. Nothing else. My tongue's on fire now. Well, that camera keeps twitching, doesn't it? Again, if you need Dad Gang stuff, link is in the description. Save yourself 15% off. We're going to end this stream. We did go live earlier for like 30 minutes with High Top Sports. Check that stream out if you haven't already. We're just kind of hanging out. So